Alright. It is Monday. We're going to prep some Pathfinder. We're going to prep some Stolen Fate. Yeah. So, last week, when we were prepping Stolen Fate, I was talking about cutting some content. Cutting down on some content. So, we're going to look at doing that again this week. Hold on. Change the music out. This Westfall stuff. It's making me sleepy. Alright. Okay, so we're booting up, we've run some updates, we're going to have to turn on some settings, we're going to have to turn off some mods once that gets started, and we do have to dig in to our Stolen Fate notes and continue to make important cuts to the content. Just to kind of like get things back on track a little bit is what I want. I want to get things back on track a little bit. So, let's go grab our notes. Let's see. Stolen Fate, B team abilities. And then Stolen Fate. Okay. Stolen Fate gem notes. Here we go. Okay. Looks like we're almost booted in. On my prep notes from August 4th, we've got Weave Loveless into the game ASAP. We did that. Train Adventure for Grom ASAP. We will work on that. Get Hero Cart rules laid out for players. Son of a bitch. Alright, we didn't do that. So, let me go find my Stolen Fate. Books and shit. Alright, let's see. Stolen Fate. We'll open 1 and 2 to start. Alright. So I forget which book actually introduces the Hero Court. I want to say it's the first book, but we'll see. Stole Stairs. Blah, blah, blah. See, we've kind of been doing book 2 content in book 1. So, yeah. Alright, the Hero Court. The Harrowing 3 may have created the Deck of Destiny, but their focus on using it to set the future in stone distracted them from understanding the true scope of their accomplishments. By infusing each of the deck's 54 cards with raw quintessence scraped from all corners of the great beyond, they had unwittingly planted the seeds that would eventually grow into the demiplane known as the Hero Court. It wasn't until the cards of the deck were scattered and became individual artifacts that the potential for the Hero Court became possible. The more each card of the Deck of Destiny ached to return to the fold, but the more the quintessence within them began to build power. When one card from each of the deck's 6 suits reunite, that power reached a mystical critical mass, resulting in the spontaneous creation of the Hero Court, an event realized at first only by a precious few, the PCs themselves. In this adventure path, the Hero Court serves as a home base for the PCs. Once they trigger the Demiplane's creation, they'll continue to unlock expansions to the realm as they discover cards and add them to the court, incarnating the card into the Demiplane to alter its reality. While there's an implied order to the elements added to the Demiplane, reflecting the order in which the cards are discovered during the adventure, which cards and what order they're brought to the Hero Court is left entirely in the PC's hands. Into the court. The easiest way to enter the Hero Court is to use the Enter Hero Court activity. Okay, so let's go here. Create a folder. We're going to call it Hero Court Management. There we go. Make it goldish. I don't like this music either. Hold on. Oh my god. just need something chill in the background. Alright, I'll give you a shot. But, you know, I'll change it again if I have to. Okay. So, I'm going to move this off to the side. There we go. Enter the Hero Court. So over here, where we have Hero Court Management, we're going to do enter the Hero Court, which doesn't actually show up as an action that they could do. It's just listed here in the rules, but not in the compendium, which is kind of bullshit. It's a little bullshit. Normally they have everything you could possibly imagine, so it's a little weird. It's a little weird for them not to have that. Let's see. Enter Seat of Power, enter Spirit Trance, breaking and entering. Damn, bro. Okay. So we'll just make it ourselves. Alright. So what kind of thing is this? Campaign feature? Kind of. Maybe. Maybe it's a campaign feature. How does it show up on their sheet? Okay. Let's hack Bella's sheet up. Exploration action. Avoid novice. Alright. What does this read as? Ability summary. Category defensive. So it's just other ability. Okay. Enter the Hero Court, all capital letters. Alright. Then we'll do the Hero symbol. Maybe? Maybe we'll just make it have an action. It doesn't take an action to do though. Okay. So, Stolen Fate. Dashboard. There we go. Oop. Alright. And then it has the tags. Concentrate. Or concentration. Concentration? I guess they changed the tag. Okay. What else? Conjuration. That's not here anymore. Maybe teleportation? Alright. Exploration. That's still a thing. Okay. Manipulation. Okay. Occult. And teleportation was already on there. Huh. Okay. We just leave it like that then. That's fine. Alright. So this says you concentrate on a card from the deck of destinies that you have invested, focusing on it as if you were looking through a window rather than a piece of artwork. After 1 minute, a stationary portal appears in the air in front of you, its edges resembling the quick riffling of a thick deck of cards. You and any other creatures you designate can pass through this portal to enter the Hero Court, arriving in a fortress at the center of the Demiplane known as the Harrow Heart. As you continue to epitomize more cards within the Harrow Court, you unlock new areas into which you could potentially arrive as well. But in this adventure, that ability won't yet be granted. Once created, the portal persists for up to 1 minute, or until you take an action with the Envision trait to close the portal. A character in the Hero Court can use his ability to open a portal out of the Demiplane, but this portal always leads to the same point in the multiverse they were at when they previously entered the Hero Court, unless certain cards have been epitomized that allow more options. Okay. So, I guess we'll say this is a defensive ability, interactive ability. There we go. Paste this shit in here. It looks like it got formatting all screwed up. Let's see. Oof. Alright. We'll just do this real quick. Okay. Working on materials for the Hero Court for players. Can you reformat this text? changes. I want the ability to be one way. You can use a card to return to the hero court, comma, but not to return from it. Alright. Oh man, that's a lot of stuff for Stolen Fates. Good stuff. Oh, Dented Pocket says an Ask of Faxpo. Alright. What is your favorite color? Really? Okay. You want what is your favorite color and why? Or let's see. Alright, Stolen Fated. Boom. Alright. Here is your reformatted. Okay. So we're gonna go back in here and we're gonna paste this in. There we go. Alright. Trigger. You possess at least one card from the deck of Destiny that you've invested. Spend 1 minute focusing on a card as if peering through a window into another plane. After 1 minute, a stationary portal will manifest in the air before you, its edges flickering, blah blah blah. Access control, you can choose which creatures can pass through. Okay. Passing through transports you directly into the Hero Court, arriving in the Hero Heart, the Fortress of the Center. As you epitomize more cards, alright, we'll get rid of that part right there. The portal remains open for 1 minute until you take an evasion action to close it. One-way restriction. You can only use the ability to enter the Hero Court. Portals cannot be created from within the Hero Court. To return to the primary or any other location, departure must be by the GM's narrative means or special. Okay. So we'll put any other location. Leaving the Hero Court must be done through the portal room. Alright. And then we'll do this. Alright. And save. Cool. Okay. Back to reading. Alright. Hero Court features. Once the Hero Court has been created, it's possible for anyone to travel to the Hero Court using spells such as Plane Shift or Gate, but the newness of the plane and its obscurity means that such methods are difficult. Traveling via Plane Shift, for example, requires the use of a tuning fork tuned to the Hero Court. If the PCs wish to create such a tuning fork, they must succeed at a DC 30 crafting check and expend 200 GP in raw materials. Why? Every card they have is a portal. I don't know why they would want to do whatever. Once a character arrives in the Hero Court, exit from the Demi-Plane as possible via 6 portals found within the Hero Court or via plane travel. We got that. The Hero Court as a plane. Okay, there's no dangerous monsters, blah blah blah. Alright. So we're gonna do this. And then let's see. Okay. I am gonna feed you a ton of info about the Hero Court for our players. You will... Okay, that's not very nice. Can you format it to be player friendly and also spoiler free? Avoid major campaign spoilers. Small ones might be okay. Alright. Here is the info to reformat into a player guide. Keep the player guide concise. comma, this is a ton of info. Alright. Let's see. Epitomes beyond the simulacrum like natives of the realm. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that in there. With the exception of the Grand Hall. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. That in the realm. Okay. Alright. Tracking epitomes. We have a map for that. Let's see. I made a special map in Foundry VTT for this. Alright. Let's see. Go here. Alright, then we got the actual epitomes themselves. Okay. Once the card's epitome activates, blah blah blah. Okay. The Harrow Heart is just adorable. And there we go. Alright, so grind it up, spit it back out. Got it. Here's a player-friendly, spoiler-safe, condensed guide to the Harrow Court you can hand to your players. I'll keep it concise, easy to read, blah, 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 blah. Okay? So while she's grinding that out, we're going to get rid of this avoid notice, which we don't need. We got enter the Harrow Court action that everyone will be trained on and get access to. How many action points does this bad boy take? Doesn't actually say. Oh yeah, it takes a minute, so it wouldn't take an action. It's like we'll just say 3, but we know that it takes a minute. I guess I should have put it in a different type of ability. I don't know. It's fine. Okay. Let's see what we got here. The Harrow Court Player's Guide. Okay. So, here's a question. Do we even have a player's guide? Like an actual player's guide? Stolen Fate Player's Guide. I never actually made them one. I've got Fate's PCs, and I've got questionnaires, and then we have the official player's guide that comes with the adventure, but they never actually got a player's guide. Okay, well, I guess they're gonna get one today. All right, let's see. Stolen Fate player's guide. You know, 30 sessions in, however long it's 28. I don't know how many sessions. 27 sessions in. That's when you get your player's guide. All right, let's punch this shit in. All right, the Harrow Court, a realm born from the deck of destiny. All right, what is the Harrow Court? It is a mystical demiplane. Alright, cool. It's got regions. Love that. Alright. Time and nature. Oh. Let's see. Go there. Days are always 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of night. Sky looks real, but an invisible barrier lies 3 miles above it. Seasons do not change unless altered by special effects. Alright. They can't leave the Harrow Court. If removed, they reappear inside with no memory of leaving. The court is filled with simulacra. Convincing but magical people and animals. They have memories, families, and daily lives, but they're not truly alive. They can't leave the court. If removed, they reappear inside with no memory of leaving. Interesting. Okay. Harrow Hearts, the fortress. Alright. Let's see. Grand Hall, the arrival point when you open the portal. Okay. We'll just call this the Galaxy. Okay, Galaxy Credenza? What's a credenza? Is credenza like a desk? It's a dining room sideboard, so that's not what I'm thinking of. Fancy word for large open balcony. A fancy word is a terrace. Okay. Another sophisticated term is a gallery. I think terrace works. Alright, so we'll do Galaxy Terrace. Bedrooms, blah blah blah, and then we need the portal room. Okay. We'll do the portal room up here. At any given time, 0 to any given time between 0 and 9 portals will be active in this area, subject to the whims of fate. Alright. And then we need the war room. Okay. This room can be used to assess the condition of the great tapestry fate. Alright. That seems good. Exploration. You can explore on foot, by boat, on the lake, or through other means you might unlock. Okay. Travel between regions uses exploration mode rules. Survival skills matter in harsher terrain. Some areas are difficult or greater difficult terrain. I don't. It doesn't really fucking matter. Each hero card you epitomize adds something new to the court. These additions appear instantly, and the court's people remember them as if they've always been there. Once active, an epitome is permanent unless changed by great magic. Oh. Limits of the realm. Nothing created here. People, food, crafted goods can exist outside unless the special effects is otherwise. Simulacra do not travel beyond the Harrow Court. The court remains as long as the deck exists. If the deck is destroyed, the realms vanish, sending guests back to a meaningful place from their past. Very cool. Alright, let's see. So these would actually be... Let's see, the Harrow Court, 2... Okay, these will all be 2. 2, 2. 2. Alright, sweet. So, we've got that cooking. No, don't cut. No. There we go. And then we want to have enter the Harrow Court action. So, do this. There we go. And then this. Alright, cool. And then I'll do this. Alright, sweet. Let's keep learning. Okay, Deck of Destiny. Good. We did all that. DC for terrain. Shrug. Tracking epitome. Shrug. Likewise, if you see invest a card while within the epitome, automatically becomes active. Player immediately become aware of its effects. Specific effects. Although at the GM's discretion, an effect like Wish can reverse a single epitome. Oh, okay. Wow, I didn't know it was such a permanent decision. That's kind of interesting. All right. What What effects do we have for the cards that they have collected? I think all of the cards have secret GM notes on them already. So let's look at it. Brass Dwarf, open. Hey, there you are. Alright. Epitome. A clockwork dwarf made of brass manifests in one of the Harrowheart's workshops. The brass dwarf's presence and assistance increases the item bonus granted to crafting checks in the workshop to +2. The brass dwarf has no name. It gracefully accepts the PC. Okay. Alright. Hey, we have the brass dwarf right here. Okay, so I'm gonna do Photoshop. And active token, stolen fate. Here we go. I feel like this brass dwarf is not very clockwork. He just kind of looks like a Azure. Is that what they're called? Hello, how's the game prep going? I'm assuming you're playing tonight. Yes, I am playing tonight. Game's actually in 45 minutes. So pretty exciting. Let's see. Okay, let's get rid of this background. That ended up pretty clean. All right. Boy, it's a lot of things I gotta turn off to get a transparent background. All right. Nice. Okay. It looks like he wants to fight. Like he's like, get over here. There you go. You always keep it close to the wire with your game prep, don't you? Yeah. I guess. I used to be a lot better about it, I think. Maybe. Maybe I've never been good about it. I don't know. I got a little spoiled over the last couple of years because I had almost all my games prepped where I needed them to be prepped to run. So switching back to games that I had to actively prep, I'm not in the best habit of staying on top of my prep. I'm still struggling a little bit with that. All right, let's see. SF. Brass dwarf. All right, cool. And let's see. We'll go to actors, card creatures. Okay, this is a Azure. What are the fire dwarves called? Let's see. D&D. What are fire dwarves called? Azure. Okay, so close. All right, Azure. He's got terrible stats. He's just level 3. He's a little baby. Nah, that's fine. All right. Azure. Unique. Brass dwarf. I'm not gonna make like 54 of these creatures. I do want to make that perfectly clear, but I don't mind having like a placeholder for some of the ones that they already have that they'll probably want to manifest. Okay, actors, card creatures. Grab that dwarf. All right. Select. Grab that. Link actor. Put this information in here. We're not going to kill them, so we don't need to worry about any of that. Okay, cool. So Brass Dwarf, +2 bonus to crafting checks. Item bonus. Not pretty good. Alright, what else we got? Let's see. The Carnival. Epitome. Alright. When you epitomize the Carnival, assign it to a point of interest in the Harrow Court's farmland area. This marks the location of a colorful, vibrant, and slightly off-putting fairground where festivals and celebrations are in constant swing. The simulacra who inhabit the Carnival never leave and tend to subtly draw appearances and themes from potential foes the PCs may face in the future. Once per week, a character can spend 8 hours at the fairground simply observing its participants, those of whom can attempt a DC 28 perception check to learn about their enemies. That's pretty fucking cool. Okay. Empty Throne. When you epitomize this card, assign it to a point of interest in the Harrow Court's lake area. This marks the location of a small rocky island atop which sits a mysterious empty throne. A character who travels to this island can perform a ritual of sacrifice before the empty throne in hopes of earning good fortune. To do so, the PCs must offer valuables upon the throne that are worth 100 GP times the character's level, spend 1 hour meditating before the throne, and then attempt a DC 30 diplomacy check. Regardless of the check's results, the offering vanishes forever, and that PC can not attempt a new offering until they gain experience level. Blah, blah, blah. If you critically succeed, you can re-roll a failed or critically failed saving throw. That's a pretty big investment. As a critical success, but you can only re-roll a failed saving throw. Failure, you gain no benefit from the meditation. Critical failure, the next time you critically succeed a significant or important saving throw as determined by the GM, you must re-roll that saving throw with a misfortune effect. Wow. Okay. It's not great. It's not great. What do we got here? The Fiend. Maybe? Maybe we're gonna open the Fiend. Oh, we actually have to, we have to check on our other stuff, too. So as much as I want to go through all of these cards, we have to turn on some mods. So use some mod management over here. So we got to turn back on nuts and bolts. What else? Archetypes Plus, I think is working now. Turn that on. Forgotten Adventures is good. Blah blah blah. Sadly, wait, what? Monk's active tile triggers? Is it finally updated? Oh, that's exciting. Oh shit, that's very exciting. Okay, that's really exciting. That's good. All right, what else we got? Scene navigation, good. That's good. Multi-face tiles, okay. Multi-level, don't need that. All that, don't need that. Definitely need that. Okay. Dailies, control, click effects. We turn that back on, I guess. Damage estimate, it's fine. All that's good. Good. We don't really need relics. Weapon traits, don't need that right now. Pin cushion. I mean, probably. Especially if we're turning on the map stuff. Alright. Isn't it like see-through? Yeah, there it is. See simple, no. Clear. Background? Backgroundless pins. There we go. Alright, it's already turned on. Let's see. I'm building a level 6 character for a one-shot I'll play next Sunday at a gaming convention. Well, characters still have choices, since I don't know who will bring what. Oh, that's cool. I usually just use pre-gens if they're available. I don't like to I don't like to put my characters out there, you know, into the world. Let's see. We're not fucking around with the calendar stuff. We don't need any of this stuff. Alright. What about show token art? Is that working yet? It says it is. Alright. I'm gonna save. It's gonna make us restart. Ugh. Oof. I think tonight's session is going to be a lot of role-playing, bookkeeping, learning about the Harrow Court and the Harrowed Heart and all that jazz. Getting some information from Loveless about the Unmatched. Basically just a huge plot exposition session. Like, we're really hopefully gonna be like, I don't know, setting ourselves up for not a fast book 2, but a much faster book 2 than book 1 for sure. Alright, would you like to update the Bailey Wiki TMFX library? As long as you don't fuck over my data. Alright. A new Foundry stable build is ready. Of course it is. Okay. So who's this over here that's broken? Why is the keep on here twice, but one keep is broken? That's kind of weird. Alright. Okay, so we're going to go in here, and yet again, because PF2E HUD updated, we've got to go in here and change this shit out again, every time. Every time. Time tracker, token HUD. Is this persistent HUD? Selection mode, dice panel. I don't need the dice panel. I don't want a combat tracker. Alright. Okay, so that should be good. Refresh is not defined? That doesn't seem good. Alright. Okay. Get that down there. Cool. Alright, so we're going to go back in, and then PF2E tool belt. That's what we're checking out next. Tool belt has brought back, allegedly, the cards. Here they are. Hero actions. Oh, baby. Alright. That making me happy. That's good. Alright, so hero action cards have returned. Should your world use hero point action deck? Absolutely. If 0, characters can only have 1 hero action per hero point, otherwise the number of hero will disassociate from the hero points. Nope, that's fine. So that do mean that we could turn off the pack ripping animations. We don't need them anymore. Yeah, I would prefer that, honestly. Let's see. Bellinora goes over here. Hero actions. They're back, baby. Ah, good stuff. Gosh, what a long dark night it was. It was like a long 8 weeks. I feel like it was maybe longer. It felt like fucking forever. Okay. Well, we got our hero cards back. That's good. I think... Let's see. Okay. Alright. I don't know if those are actually showing up for players or not. Let's see. S... Show... Nope. I feel like there's no actual settings. Other than just giving it hotkeys. But I've been told by some players that it does not work to show them the stuff. Oh, food's ready. Shoot. I'm gonna have to eat while I prep. That's unfortunate. Okay. Can someone bring me food? I have too much prep to do. Sad face emoji. Okay. Alrighty. So let's take a look at the remaining cards that they have. I feel like they collected more cards than this. Here's the 5 they started with. Then they got the Carnival, the Fiend, the Theater. And then they did the Owl, the Tyrant, the Bear, the Tangled Briar. There were 2 other cards. Okay. One was like poison or something. Yeah. So do appearance. The snake bite. There we go. Okay. And then this one was owl, bear. Oh, they got the bear from a guy, so they actually found other ones beside this. All right, come on, brain. We ran these adventures. Should be able to remember what they are, or we just go to our fucking notes. That works too. All right, let me go to our notes. Let's see. Where did I? Oh my god. Alright. I must have closed it. Alright, I will open it again. Maybe. Alright. Let's see. Tanglebriar, Owl, Snake Bite. Tanglebriar, Owl, Snake Bite. Tyrant, Demon's Lantern, and Forge. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so this would be the Demon's Lantern. And then the Forge. Alright, updates. Okay. So, Dub Bear is kind of off on his own. Demon's Lantern. Snake Bite. Alright. Okay. So, what we'll do, we got the Vision around here somewhere. Secretly. Alright. Put the Vision right here. So I'm going to grab all of these. And we'll... I think mass edit is busted. Alright, it says mass edit 15 tokens. We will see. So never displayed, update and apply. Alright, it worked. Oh, thank you. Okay, so that's taken care of there. We haven't any new player deaths. Cricket's gonna be put in the discard pile. Boop. Yep, there he goes. Alright, we're gonna shuffle the fuck out of those. Alright, so they have a decent amount of cards that they have collected. Let's go over to items, Hero deck, and we got collected. We have not collected. So let's move anybody up in there that they don't have. We got Portal 1. Ah, here we go. So Demon's Lantern, Forge, Owl, Snakebite, Tanglebriar, and the Tyrant. Okay. So in the collected one, we could change the permissions so that all players can at least be observers of these cards. I think that's alright. I don't think it'll spoil anything for them. Alright, so they got the 5 that they started with. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Son of a bitch! It must be the bear. Let's see. Yeah, they don't have the bear yet. Alright, reconcilers. The bear. Looks like I got the bear in here twice. I'll remove that one. Alright. Good afternoon, evening, day, night. I am Mr. V. Playing my first Draw Steel one-shot tomorrow. Very exciting. Very exciting. Draw Steel. I love Matt Colville's style. I like the way he approaches the game. He makes me feel seen when he talks about running games, because I feel the same way about running games. And so, yeah, I'm excited for his system. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. All right. So what do these cards do? These 15 fucking cards. That's a pretty decent chunk. 15 cards. What do we got? 24 minutes till the game starts. All right. Let's check out the Tyrant. All right. When the Tyrant is epitomized, an immense blue dragon manifests in the Hero Court. The dragon has no name, but gracefully accepts any the PCs offer them. The blue dragon is not hostile to the PCs, but their personality is tinged with arrogance and condescension. As with other partially real simulacra of the Hero Court, the dragon has no agency of their own and cannot take part in encounter mode play, but they can be called upon to aid with their skill or to cast or teach spells. Treat the dragon as a typical spellcasting ancient blue dragon for the purpose of its skill modifiers and what spells they can cast or teach, but one that also knows the legend lore ritual. A PC who impresses the dragon with their own imperious attitude can convince the dragon to carry them to any location in the Hero Court. Once per successful check, the dragon keeps a lair in a large cavern below the Hero Heart, where they spend their time counting their illusionary hoard, sleeping, or plotting nefarious schemes they will never actually enact. Love that. Love that a lot. Okay, so we're gonna go to Pinterest. Alright. And we're gonna do Galaxy Dragon. Alright, let's see what we get. I like this guy that's pondering his orb, or their orb. I think that one's pretty good. So we're just going to go with that one. Alright, Faded Dragon Nerd. Alright, we're going to copy this. We're going to go in here. We're going to get rid of this handsome fella. We're going to put this handsome fella in instead. Here. We're going to do remove background. Hopefully it keeps the horns. It did. Nice. Alright. And there we go. Very cool, very cool. Alright. So we're going to save this out. And this will be SF Dragon Dash Nerd token. Alright, go back into the game. Alright, go to the actors, go to the card creatures, go here. We're going to do Ancient Conspirator. Come on, Conspirator Dragon. Ancient Spellcaster. Bloop. Alright. And we're going to go here, and we're going to go here. And we're going to go... Where are we going to go? Actors, card creatures. Alright. We're going to grab the art. And then we're going to grab token. Maybe? Alright. Save. This dragon's name is going to be the Tyrant. Alright, it's going to be unique. We're going to go over here. We'll make him gargantuan, because why not? We're going to go over here, put the Tyrant. Link the actor. Go here. Punch that shit in. Go here. SF. It doesn't look like it uploaded, so we'll try again. There it goes. Alright. Cool. Love that. Oh, and he's supposed to have legend lore. Spells. You got legend lore, bro? Legend lore? Is it called something else now? Probably. Let's see. PF2E legend lore. This is called Collective Memories now. Oh my god, it's such a way cooler name. Oh man. Love that. Let's see. So that's the Tyrant. Let's go back over to the deck. Alright, the Bear. A forested courtyard appears, and an unusually intelligent and curious bear moves in. The bear enjoys philosophical conversations about the balance between nature and the world. I love that. We'll just like copy Grom the bear, and we'll just call him the bear. Let's see. Grom the bear, we're gonna duplicate him, and he's just gonna be the bear. Alright, let's go in here. That was easy enough. Alright, back to items. Dwarf we've already got. Carnival we already got. Demon's Lantern. When you epitomize it, assign a point of interest in the swamp. It's got will-o-wisps. If you travel... Oh my god. The PC who travels here must wait until nightfall for the wisps to come out. At this point, they can spend 8 hours pursuing will-o-wisps through the underground swamp. After which, no one will chase the wisps again for a week. Well, I don't see that happening. Empty Throne, we already did. Da Fiend. Listen, if you know, you know. If you're a Pathfinder player and you hear wisps, you leave the table. You're just done. A new room manifests in Harrowheart, a conjuration chamber. Books and tomes stored in this room contain all the information needed to learn the rituals Planar Servitor and Binding Circle. And inscriptions carved into the floor of the conjuration chamber grant a +2 item bonus to skill checks made to perform either of these rituals, and this increases to +3 if the creature is a fiend. Fuck yeah. Alright, then we got the Forge. One of Harrowheart's workshops transforms into a forge. Quality of the tools here increases the workshop's bonus to a +2. When the forge is first epitomized, 10,000 GP of raw materials suitable for use in crafting metal items manifest in the workshop. These raw materials can be used to create items or even simply harvested and sold for profit, as they do not vanish if taken out of the time. Wow! Once these raw materials are used, they do not replenish. However, additional materials do manifest periodically within the workshop. Their appearance is linked to the party's APL. I feel like it should combo with the Brass Dwarf. Like, if you have both, like, I feel like you should get a bigger bonus. That's what I think. I think the dwarf should give a circumstance bonus, and then the forge should give the item bonus. That's what I think. And I was told by the boss of Paizo that I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want. So that's what I'm gonna do. All right. Where are we at for time? 15 minutes. Okay. Next up is the locksmith. A talented, if somewhat shady locksmith moves into the village surrounding Harrowheart. This simulacrum is nameless, and the building they bring to the village is more akin to a strange museum of obscure and unusual locks and keys. Their equipment can't be removed from the museum, but the PCs who bring devices or locks to the building can take advantage of their tools to gain a +2 item bonus to checks made with disabled device. Okay. That's pretty fun. Alright, so we're gonna do D&D creepy rogue. Alright. We're gonna do creepy rogue with goggles. Okay. Kind of like that. Warforged rogue looks pretty fucking cool. Alright, we'll do this one. Let's see. Save as. Fates. Lock. Smith. There we go. Alright, and then we go in here. Bold of me to have pin open on stream. Sir, they can't show any sexual content on Pinterest, okay? It is a Christian company. Jeez. Let's see. Alright. Remove. And this is a Christian channel. Obviously. Jeez. Or something. Alright, save this out. Let's see. SF, locksmith, token. Alright. Who will represent the locksmith? Well, first of all, gotta get rid of this. Reconcilers. Where's just the bear? There we go. Okay. Rogue. I want a real high level rogue. Despicable executioner. Cruel executioner. Why are they all executioners? Hateful guildmaster. I'll take it. Alright. So the hateful guildmaster will now be called the locksmith. Going here. Link it. Alright, appearance. We're gonna go here, 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 here. Card creatures. Locksmith. Locksmith. Alright, going here. LM. Why is it dragging ass getting these uploads done? That's very annoying. Alright. Okay. Cool. Got the locksmith locked in. Anyways, the mountain man. When you epitomize the mountain man, assign it to a point. This marks location of a remote cabin. A self-sufficient but very intimidating simulacrum appears to be a towering giant of a man. This hardy specimen. Well, there can only be one for this. Andre the Giant. Okay. The mountain man. Fated. Dang. dang. That's only for Will-O-Wisp people, huh? Alright, alright. Alright. Okay, let's save this out. SF. Mountain Man. Where are we at for time? 11 minutes. We're crushing it. Okay, let's see. For Mountain Man, we need Titan. That's a thing. Elysian Titan. Sounds good to me. Timber Titan. Oh, that's kind of cute. We'll go Elysian Titan. Oh my god, it's level 21. Sure. Bloop. All right. So do here and the Mountain Man. Okay, it's unique. Gonna go in here. The Mountain Man. It's gonna be linked. Gonna go here. Go here. 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 All right. Mountain Man. And Mountain Man. Killing me. I should not have to upload it twice. Ugh. Alright. Up. Yep. Beep. Bloop. Blop. Alright. Okay. Next up on the card collecting list, the fucking owl. When you epitomize the owl assigned to a point of interest, this region becomes the home of an unusually large owl. PC who travels here can spend 8 hours observing the owl, pondering the many words. Oh my god. Alright. Zelda, owl. Okay, this motherfucker. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Nope. Okay. Okay. And do this. That. It's fantastic. Alright. Chop his tail off. There we go. Alright, save as. Faded owl. Alright. Going in here. Alright. So going back over here. Who yeah. Who we use for the owl? Giant blah blah blah. Stony goat. Were shark. I don't know. Do ancient dragon. Do a copper. That'll be good. Bloop. There we go. Alright. The owl. Can go in here. The owl. Link actor. Unique. Hey, I saw you change the fucking name. Think that's fucking funny. I hope it didn't do that on the other ones. Kind of pisses me off. Alright. Go here, 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 here. The owl. Did you upload? Doesn't look like you did. Oh, there it is. Okay. Select, update, good. Alright, we have 7 minutes, The Rabbit Prince. When you epitomize the Rabbit Prince assigned to a point of interest, this indicates a section of woodland where the simulacrum of the Hero Court have reported sightings of an anthropomorphic rabbit. The piece... No. No. The PCs could travel to spot the elusive rabbit. Spy this rabbit and he's oppressed to give you a +2 striking weapon. Okay, that's pretty cool. Let's see. Anthropomorphic rabbit, man. Oh. Alright. We got that guy. That guy's pretty cool looking. Yeah, let's go with that guy. That guy seems pretty cool. Alright. So we'll do Faded Rabbit Prince. Alright. And go here. Okay, get rid of this owl. Alright. Go. Save it out. Alright. SF. Rabbit. Okay. So the Rabbit Prince, will make him a monk. There we go. Is that not a thing? Alright, we'll make him a martial artist. Mixed martial artist. Gonzi martial artist. Damn, bro. Okay. What would be a good rabbit thing? Eladrin? No. Fae? Alright. Fae-like Spellslinger? Fae-like Incantrix. That sounds good. Advanced Inspiration can also go to rabbit lovers. Yeah, okay, fair enough, fair enough. Alright, we'll do unique, the Rabbit Prince. That is his name, right? Yeah. Okay. And then we'll go here. The Rabbit Prince. Update. Alright, we'll go in again. Over here. Here. Alright. Rabbit. And rabbit. Okay. So we'll do this. Select. Update. Go here. Update. Go in here. Doesn't look like a rabbit. Uploaded. Now it did. Okay. 3 minutes. Wow, the rabbit took a lot of time. Holy shit. Okay. The snake bite. When you epitomize the snake bite, indicates the character who travels this can get poison. Cool. All right. The tangled briar. When you epitomize tangled briar, you can get spirits and go on a spirit quest. That's cool. All right. You can resurrect people, which is pretty awesome. The theater, Splendid Theater, manifests in the village. Every evening, a talented troupe of actors puts on a play. Blah, blah, blah. And the Tyrant. Boom, we got all the cards done. Wow, with 2 minutes. 2 minutes to spare. So, yeah, I think that learning about the Hero Court, exploring all the different cards, enjoying some downtime, getting plot exposition, talking to their new NPCs, getting settled, I think that's going to use up the whole session. But I will introduce, like, the new area if they have time for it, like the new portal room. I don't think they will. I think we're going to chew up all of our time on that. Let me go ahead and toss up the information to Raid Lex. and then I'm going to inhale my dinner while I wait for the players to show up. I'll be back tomorrow night to do some prep for 7 Dooms for Sandpoint. Campaign is going really well. I'm really enjoying it. The players seem to be enjoying it. We do not stream that game, but I do record it locally, and I put that up on Patreon if anybody's interested in seeing that campaign. And then I'll be back on Thursday to do some prep for Skyhaven and run some Skyhaven. All right, hope everybody has a great evening, and I'll see you next time.